Hello and welcome back, and hopefully for the last time, apologies for the technical difficulties. It will not happen again. I see in the comments we are being roasted by the Nigerians and Ghanaians for our internet. We apologize greatly. It won't happen again. Welcome back to the Carry1st African Cup. Want to see some amazing esports action. Call of Duty Mobile, the game of choice, and our first matchup is almost here. Aura 223 from Ghana versus Sierra 7. You excited about that matchup?
Of course.
Same here.
Listen, I know you guys are arguing in the comments about who's the best, but these guys are about to end that argument. We're going to see in-game who's better. Is it going to be Sierra 7 from Nigeria, or is it going to be Aura 233 from Ghana?
Yeah, we know the two countries vouch a lot over the internet, from their memes to their love to their music, now to the Call of Duty. Let's see who's best. Is it the indomitable 233 from Ghana coming in undefeated? Is it Sierra 7 who have more grit, who had to struggle to make their way to this very stage? It's going to be the West African Derby here live on YouTube. But before we go on, let's talk about Carry1st Shop. How can they get some deals here as we watch some amazing Call of Duty action? Tell us all about that, Shamsa.
Well, there are three promo codes that are up. You can go to the Carry1st page on Instagram. They'll be there. You guys can access it, and they'll be valid until tomorrow. This is to celebrate the grand finals. And don't go just yet. Black Friday is coming, and Carry1st does not miss. They're going to have a 40% deal, and players can get their discounts in the shop. Shop.carry1st.com, so they can get themselves the legendary and hopefully the mythic guns that are going to come back.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a really nice time for you to do your shopping, and if you wanna get some promo codes, and if you wanna make sure that you get your right tools for the Call of Duty mobile gaming experience, make sure you get them right now in the next 24 hours as we celebrate the Carry1st African. But now it's time for some Call of Duty action. With us, we have some amazing casters coming in from Kenya and South Africa. We have the amazing UG of Abu Dhabi, and from South Africa we have the amazing Trout. Both former players in their own right, style to the nines, ready to give us a brief of the action coming on today, this very day. So over to you, two amazing casters, UG in Abu Dhabi and Trout. How are you guys feeling?
Wow, that was a nice intro. That was a nice. Yeah, a bit too kind for our taste. We like violence, the same violence that the comment section has been dishing out for the past 45 minutes.
Ain't no rest for the wicked, let me tell you. And these guys have been superbly wicked. So yeah, anyways, we're going to be jumping into our first game here, which is Sierra 7 versus Aura 233, the battle of West Africa. And man, I want to put you on the spot. What's your pick?
First of all, just a reminder, the name is Eugene Abu Dhabi, live from the Kenyan capital. This is Trout, and yes, a West African showdown to start us off. Sierra 7 from Nigeria versus Aura 233. These two teams have actually the West African qualifiers were the most heated up that I have ever seen. It was down to the wire all the way. Let's talk about Aura 233 first of all. The squad here represented by Sunflower, Ruin, Game Bay, Babushka, and Hustle. My goodness, completely stacked. What's not to say? There's a reason this squad is completely feared. First of all, completely sponsored with brand new Galaxy S24s. Do you believe that? These guys are holding brand new heavyweight gaming devices right now, and it's been talked about for a while since they got here. Not to mention that device capability adding to the current skill that we already know of.
Well, I mean, they've made it to the top 6 teams in Africa. There has to be something about the tech that they're using as well as their skill. Combine the two and you've got a recipe for success. But like we said, we have the maps up here for us, and first one we're going to be starting off on Apocalypse for HP or Hardpoint, and then S&D on Kuruhana Metropolis. Your favorite map.
Why Kuruhana? Why?
And then we're going to be rounding it off because it is a best of 3. We are in the group stages, just to be clear. We're not going to be having a best of 5 to start us off with here. There are going to be 6 games coming up for you guys, but we're going to be rounding it off in Control on Arsenal. My personal favorite map for Control, and I'll tell you why. It's because you actually have to know what you're doing.
True, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. Their opponents, Aura 233, this is Sierra 7. Go through their entire gladiator list right now.
Well, I mean, we spoke about them being sort of like the dark horse or underdog coming into the super tenacious, and they came out on top with Virus, Tipsy, Life, Santi, and Sage. These guys speaking to them behind the scenes and figuring out where their heads are at, these guys are super humble and super confident, which is an interesting mix, but I think it's something that you got to watch out for. When you're coming into a competition with the intention of winning and you have a bit of confidence behind you, with respect, I mean, you can't even fault them a little bit.
But you can't fault the other guys for being cocky either, you know? We've
Well, I mean,
talked to some cocky teams.
the higher you talk yourself up, the further you have to fall, eh?
Either way, we're expecting a cracker of a match here, a proper brawl, because from what we saw in the Nigerian qualifiers, that Sierra 7 versus Rage Gaming final was... There's a reason that stream went 5 hours. There's a reason that live stream went 5 hours longer than any of the other qualifiers that went through. It was a proper brawl, and now this West African brawl to kick this final off. You can't write this. You can't write this.
I mean, I tried writing the script, but it was put out of the window.
Yeah.
And I mean, going forwards, I actually would say that these two are the favored picks. So I mean, to start off the competition with the two teams that have got the most backing behind them, I think it's going to be a real tone setter for the entirety of the event.
And
but having said that, I think we've yacked enough.
Yes, we have. And before there's this thing I told you we do on the East African side of Call of Duty. Before the match, we go straight into the lobby. There's this Bible verse, the Call of Duty verse. We come in peace, to witness violence, not to partake in it in any form, my fellow West Africans, South Africans, North Africans, and East Africans, but to feed off it, comment section. We do not support the oppressors, and neither shall we feel for the oppressed, and neither shall we tolerate anyone in chat who dares seek peace on these grounds. We shall sit and witness Call of Duty and rest. My favorite congregation says amen.
Amen to that, and with that, we're going to jump over to the main stage where we can see these teams walk up. So cutting over to Ribeira.
Good Derby and Shroud, and I'm here at the Alto Violence that Eugene said. This is where it's going to be happening. Right here, you can see the big championship cup. This is what they're playing for, and the prize pool of $15,000, my brother, my sister. We are about to see some amazing Call of Duty action, but now it's time to call up the teams. First up, coming all the way from God to compete here in Nairobi, Kenya. Make your way to the stage. Aura 233. It's about to go down. There we have R233 coming. Let's talk to the team captain first as you come in. I'll talk to the team captain of the other one set up. Pick your stage right or left. Team captain, how you guys feeling? Look at them. Looking all confident. Look at that lineup. Look at the players are ready to play. It's about to go down. Alright, so who am I talking to? Let's talk about some 1 and 2s about your team right here. Who am I addressing today? Alright, team captain, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good, feeling really confident, and I know that we're here to win.
You're here to win. We've seen you dominant in the Ghanaian scene. Rumor is you didn't drop a single map.
Yeah, we didn't drop a single map. I mean, our team chemistry, our strategies, everything was just far too superior for the rest of the Ghanaians to keep up with. They were just here to prove that it's also far too superior for the rest of Africa.
3 questions. Ghanaian jollof, Nigerian jollof.
Of course, Ghanaian jollof.
Ghanaian football, Nigerian football.
Ghanaian football.
Ghanaian music, Nigerian music.
Ghanaian music.
Ghanaian Call of Duty Mobile or Nigerian Call of Duty Mobile?
Ghanaian Call of Duty Mobile.
Alright, let's find out today. Give it up for them as they make it up down to this playing station right now. It's about to go down right now. They can pick their side. They walk past the trophies right there. They're the team for we just talked to Ruin, and you can see them all dressed up ready for the Carry1st African Cup. But now our brothers from the green and white, our Nigerian brothers are here today. Can we please have Sierra 7 make your way to the stage? It's about to go down. I'm really excited. You can feel the energy in the room. You can feel the palpable tension as they walk in. Not even looking to the side of the Ghanaians. Oh, don't touch the trophy. That might be a curse. Don't touch the trophy just yet. Don't touch it. You have to earn it. Alright, who am I talking to, Team Sierra 7? Alright, we see the captain right here. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling very good.
We've had a lot of talk about Nigerian jollof and Nigerian music. Do you like to respond to those comments?
Nah, I wouldn't like to respond to that.
You don't like to respond to that? You're just here for business?
Just for business, strictly here to win.
Alright, one last question. We say you go to the losers bracket and go right back up. How are you gonna avoid going back in that situation in this tournament? Do you think you can avoid it takes to start on a winning momentum?
The way we can avoid that is just like starting the game full throttle. That's it.
Alright, there we have it. It's the West African Derby. Team Sierra 7, make your way to the stage. Versus Team Aura 2-3. The stage is set. The trophy is right there. It's the first matchup. Now we're going to go back to our castles. Mr. Eugene Abu Dhabi, the amazing chart is also down there. The stage is set. The players are picking the teams and their modes and their equipment. Let's see what goes down. Welcome to the Carry1st African Cup.
Well, proper intro there. Let's just go straight
to UFC or something, man. It was crazy.
Right?
I was getting ready for a fight there. It was awesome.
Let's just jump straight into this map choices. We have Hardpoint on Apocalypse. That's where we're headed. Hardpoint. I get Hardpoint on Apocalypse. We've seen that. It's been a regular trend in the qualifiers. Actually, the number of times we've seen that in the qualifiers have been. What I don't understand is S&D on Kurohana.
I haven't had the pleasure of casting Kurohana yet, so it's going to be a first for me, but I am looking forward to it. But I actually just want to quickly jump back to that Hardpoint on Apocalypse. I think it's such a high pick rate because it's one of the few games, or maps rather, that you can really control the flow of the map with your positioning. I mean, you tend to see a lot of chaos around the first two, maybe even the third hill, but on Apocalypse, if you set the tone from P1, where you get a good amount of time, and you get those spawns, then you can sort of snowball your way right through to the end, and you're just smiling from ear to ear, and then you tend to see one team fighting for scraps while one team is just sitting pretty in the hill. And I think going with the two play styles of these two teams, looking at Aura, I had a chance to chat to them beforehand, and they spoke a lot about their pace, and their pace is a lot higher than all the other teams, apparently. I mean, this is all hearsay. And the side of Sierra 7, where they are super tactical and super structured, it's sort of like the old stone and spear conundrum, where a hard object hits a hard object and there's got to be collateral either way. So right now we get to see which way it goes.
And right now, Control on Arsenal, that choice of map, explain,
well,
please.
My favorite. I think if you are able to split your resources correctly, you're going on attack and defense. Obviously, in Control, you tend to see defense being the favored side, as you tend to get close to the points. But if you are a good attacking team, which I imagine both these teams are, and you can split your resources or potentially throw the playbook out the window and maybe send all the players to 1 point, get those ticks, extend the clock, and then you are already in the driver's seat going forwards.
All I know is we're expecting a proper brawl here, these two teams. And for those in chat, thank you for joining the stream for the Carry1st Africa Cup final. We know you're eager to get this game started. You keep saying, Omo, this guy's no talk now. What in be this now? No, just, we have to talk, my guys. The guys have to get ready in the lobbies. They have to get ready. What do you expect? We can't just start an event like this willy-nilly. It has to start on ceremony. This is holy ground, hallowed ground, man.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, we didn't come out here to play, we came out here to talk, so talk we shall.
And here we go. This is, again, Aura 233 versus Sierra 7 to kick us off. Because, again, the mode, by the way, we didn't speak. This is best of threes. This group stages will be best of threes. Best of threes in these group stages. Also, first to two, essentially. Then we get to the semi-finals, which will be best of fives. And then our final, our grand final for the grand Moolah will be best of 7.
Yes, so the typical mobile tournament layout, as you can see now, we are still in the group stages, but I have a couple of talking points here from both teams. I asked them specifically I got to Aura first, obviously, and I asked them who are they looking out for, who they're going to try and shut down the first and the most when they go into this head-to-head, and unanimously they all said Virus. So they've all got their eyes on Virus, and I think their game plan is to play fast and kill Virus. On the other side, Sierra said they're not worried about anyone. So that confidence is crazy to me. I mean, you got to go into it with a winning mentality. We always talk about how the mental game is pretty much 80% of the match before you even start. And right now, Sierra, these guys are cool, calm, and collected. A bunch of cucumbers on stage, if you ask me.
From their tone, their demeanor, you could tell. They didn't want to say much. They didn't want to say much, nothing. This squad, you can see it on your screens right now. Virus, Tipsy, Life, Santi, and Sage, the gladiators towing the line for Sierra 7 today in this kickoff brawl. Let's just call it what it is, a brawl. That is what it is. This is neighbors dueling. You could not write this.
It feels like we're going to be watching chess, football, a little bit of martial arts maybe. Excuse me, Anyways, so a couple more points to talk about here. There are a fair few new players on the side of Aura that haven't had the experience of LAN before, and they are sitting opposite one another on the main stage, so that could play a part into it. Where you think about those first game jitters, you got to work out exactly where you stand with your teammates, and the enemy team. So there's a lot of things you work out in the first map. even the first set of rotations in Hardpoint, we'll get to see these two teams really feel each other out on an even playing field, because there is no more, now he's got better connection, he's playing from here. They're sitting opposite each other, all on the same network, so as even as it gets, that's what we've got here.
Yeah. The squad for Nigeria, the team from Nigeria, CR7, a few changes there. But I think there's only one change here. Maybe the change in name, but still, my view, having seen both of these teams play, rather evenly matched. I'm expecting something rather even. I'm expecting the hard point will be even, by the way. Just completely following each other on the scores. Right now,
Like a game of ping pong.
yeah, game of ping pong. All right.
Okay, just a quick update from the admins upstairs. We have another technical issue with the players getting into the lobby, so we'll be right back after this quick break.
Hey dude, it's so good to finally meet you. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. To be honest.
I remember seeing this on, I think it was Instagram or TikTok, one of them, and I was absolutely stunned. Quick question, how long did this take for you to make?
This took me actually like a month to do.
A month.
A month of solid like hard work.
So this was like every day just working on this for a full month.
For a full month, yeah, every day working on it while still like balancing school and everything, yeah.
Help me understand, what made you decide that you wanted to create something like this?
I'm a Call of Duty pro player.
Okay, so you play professionally.
Yeah, I play professionally. I used to play for CR7. So the need to actually like align my heart with my gaming, career was what motivated, this artwork. And you need to actually like create something for the community, do my own bits for the community.
But you talk about combining your career with gaming, and I'm just curious, how long have you been painting, for example?
So I've always known how to draw. I've always known how to like, it's like talent. But 2020 was when I actively started putting in more effort.
2020, so that's 4 years now.
That's 4 years now. During the lockdown, it's just like, oh, what can I do to keep myself, busy? And that's where I like, stay like improving on my heart. Yeah.
4 years to get this good is not easy.
But yeah, it's just been like constant growth, constant practicing, and putting in the work.
What you've done really symbolizes the reason why we started the Africa Cup in the first place.
Yeah.
It's not just a tournament for players to come in, play, win money, and go their way. That's great, and that should happen. But it's really about the stories.
Yes.
We want not just the players, but the fans and the audience to all experience this tournament in different ways, get different moments, like you have your moments, and not just get these stories to themselves, but also find really interesting ways to tell those stories back to other people, such that the tournament can be done, but the stories live longer and the stories live on, and that's what's super important. This is already eternal work you're creating here, and many more people are going to keep creating it because you're inspired by what you're doing. So thank you so much, and we really do appreciate it.
Thank you too for your time. Always carry first.
There we go. All right, thank you so much, man.
They're saying that the audio is not there, that there's a bit of an audio issue, that you can't hear me, but it's being sorted. We're being sorted. We are being sorted right now, and we are ready to go for this grand final, the first match at Hardpoint on Apocalypse. This is Sierra 7 versus Aura 233.
100%. I mean, there's nothing quite like working in Africa, right? I mean, you couldn't make this up on the fly, so you just got to take it in your stride, and that's exactly what we're doing. I mean, we can talk about a couple of things here that I have written down. The fact that Sierra 7 didn't want to tell me any of their maps that they were trying to get a hold of. Well, we're going to have a look at that now, because they did say to me they have a lot of maps they're good at, and that's what they're going to try and pick towards. But we are loading into the lobby as we speak, and
match
we'll
has
be
started.
bringing you from P1, I imagine.
Yeah, P1, I imagine we should just go straight into the game now. The match should have started. We're going straight into it. Here we go. This is it. As it looks that the point right now is currently the way of Aura 233. A bit of an internet issue, I assume.
Looks like we're having some more technical issues.
This is an internet issue. That's an internet issue,
Oh,
but we'll
we're back
hold
with
for a
us?
second. They're restarting the game. Yep, restart, 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 restart. That's that. That was an internet issue. Slowly, they're restarting the game. That should be seconds. That should be seconds. Either way, we're restarting the game. And meanwhile, we'll be back in about 60 seconds.
And then we'll be going straight into it. You won't have to hear us yap about things we've already yapped about. So we'll see you guys just after this.
And welcome back. Technically 60 seconds.
In Africa time.
Yeah, technically.
In Africa time, we are here.
We're here. It's better late than never, and we are here and finally ready to go. Let's go jumping straight into the lobby. The players can start the game now. This is a hard point on Apocalypse to start us off. Aura 233 versus Sierra 7.
For the slight glimpse we had into the first game before the reset, it did look like Aura was looking pretty devious on the stage, so we're going to have to wait and see if they can replicate that now that no one's lagging. I know there's been a lot of talk about servers and everything like that, but unfortunately you've got to play the hand you were dealt, and right now we are trying to do our best, keeping our poker faces on as we load into Apocalypse.
We're getting straight into Apocalypse. Jump into the lobby we go. We're going to take that feed momentarily coming for you. This should find us on hill number 1. Take the feed as we go into the first hill. That should come up right now. There we go. Here we are.
Okay, I think we're finally ready to go, and we can cast it on off, and we've got the first second going the way of Aura here. Doing very, very well. The trades working out relatively in favor of them, but no one really taking control here. But if you have a look at the mini-map there, you can see they are keeping P2 spawns as best they can.
And right now, Sierra 7 utterly frustrated on hill number 1. Right now, trying to regain any second right now. The contest coming through, but barely for a second right now. This is Sunflower. Doing a round of roses, but dropped immediately by Santi. Santi immediately returned, dropped by Ruin, who returned the favor. Who returned the favor? Virus comes through to spoil the party. Sage comes through to drop Hustle. What is happening? 25 on 14, and finally Sierra 7 claim their stake on the hill.
And they have won the rotation, and I think that came off the back of a interesting overextension coming out of Aura there, where they might flip themselves out and inadvertently given the spawns over to the of Sierra 7. As you can see, I love a good old popcorn on the map as he gets a double, and the kill feed lights up blue as Sierra 7 take back P2 with a vengeance.
And finally Sierra 7 catching up on the scoreline. They hold a full 20 seconds right before Aura 233 come through to reclaim the hill. Now they start garnering their points on the hill. It's their scrap time coming through. They try to hold their line. That's Ruin. We're charged with the responsibility of the objective there. Can he hold the line for the yellows of Aura 233?
Well, they've got to be able to play this perfectly as the spawns have flipped once again back in favor of Aura, whereas Sierra is now trying to push in for the last little bit of scrap time here, but you've got to be able to play your luck correctly because you don't want to flip again as we go over towards P3 now. It's going to be a massive 1v1 on the point, but Bob Shuka with the 3-piece as now Aura lighting up the feed, getting kills left, right and center, not looking to slow down anytime soon.
Right now Babushka getting that kill, but look at Ruin's numbers. 9 kills already. The scoreline 60 on 29 says all. It's a lead, but it's a thin lead, but a lead nonetheless for Aura 233 there. Look at them, calm, collected over there with those brand new Samsung S24s. Just okay, one of them was holding a different one, but hey, the scoreline tells the story of dominance. But right now it is Sierra 7 in the line on the hill for a few seconds. 20 seconds in, the contest comes through. 62 on 45, pretty close as Sierra 7 tries to catch up, mitigate the gap, mitigate disaster, try to keep it close.
As close as they can, they get a couple of kills that don't work out in their favor, as it's going to be Aura 233 that simply wiped them out of the points, and now we're looking firmly towards P4, and as you can see, they have secured the spawns for it. Again, there are so many things in this moving game that you have to take into consideration. How you break the point, how you keep the point, and how you're going to get set up for the next point. As you can see, Sierra 7 caught on the back foot here, as they actually can't get their ball rolling. They have a couple of players really struggling. I mean, we have a player on 4 kills, I'm not sure who that is, I think it's actually Virus. No, Sati is now currently on 4 kills, struggling a little bit, and that's going to come back to bite them. As you can see, they are just scrambling, grasping against the course here as we go over towards P4, and now you get to see a bit of a setup forming from the side of Aura as the kill feed continues to rain orange.
Look at the bottom corner of the minimap. The respawns completely, frustration being delivered successfully by Aura 233, who've held the hill for a complete 20 seconds so far. They've hit the 100 mark, the 100 point mark there, 108 on 49, and the minimap tells the story as suddenly Sierra 7 finding themselves on the back foot by a 50 point margin. They're trying to reclaim on the next hill that's rotating. The rotations will be the name of the game here, and Aura 233 certainly holding the line so far, almost a full 60, barely losing seconds on that current hill. What will they rotate next? What will happen here?
P5 we go, the final hill in the first set of rotations. Actually, excuse me, we're going back to P1 now, as we're going to be rounding it off here, trying to see if they can figure out exactly what they want to do. But in terms of map control, it has just been Aura left, right and center. As you can tell, they had lost spawns in that fight for P4, but it doesn't matter, they simply regained them. Even when they were clear out of the point, it felt as though the side of Sierra just wasn't picking up time. There was just too much white time there for my liking, and it's coming back to bite them as they're almost down 100 points now, and they are not slowing down any time. The only saving grace that I would say in the second set of rotations, it doesn't look like the boys in blue have managed to secure the spawns.
The contest coming through, and so are the streaks, raining complete hell into the hill right now. Those streaks coming through at the right time, still claiming dominance for Aura 233, whose margin has grown significantly. The contest come through, and momentarily Sierra 7 have the hill, but can they hold the line? That is the question. 57 points is where they stand. The contests come through, but again, from Aura 233 who want to take back, they say no, this is ours. This is ours, and they do for the final 10 seconds to try and hit that 150 point mark. Itching closer to 200, which is GG's somewhere at 250. Come on, this is not exactly where we expected it to start.
Well, I think we spoke about their playstyle, and they have done a fantastic job of keeping their momentum, playing as aggressively as possible. And I think they've really flustered Sierra 7, because even though Sierra 7 has such a tactical advantage in terms of their strats, they just can't get control when they need it. Having said that, they have found a bit of time here, and the kills are working out, but that comes off the back of extreme utility investments. They have used all of their streaks just about, and their specialist weapons, so the core you saw there a second ago, but it doesn't matter. Virus finds a 3-piece, but we get to see Hustle find one but can't find any more. We get to see some streaks now being called in. Eventually, a sigh of relief for all of the S7 fans, as P2 looking pretty much perfect as they've held it down, maybe finding a bit more of an even footing in this battle.
And right now, 90 points on 154 to try and catch up to the gap and mitigate the gap, repay the debt that was already there. They need to hold another 2 full 60s, right? They need to hold another 2 hills for a full 60 to try and catch up to that 160 point margin, honestly.
Bit of a crazy spawn coming out the back end there, but it does look like it's found its way back in favor of Aura here as we go over towards P3, and they have a massive one to win. We get to see some more streaks. Kill feed blue though on this rotation. The rotational kills looking fantastic for the side of Sierra as they managed to find a full team wipe and are finding a few more around the point. A huge double from Santi as he must have heard me calling him out, as he certainly picked up his game and started getting a couple of kills. More specialist utility being invested now from the side of Aura as you get to see that Sparrow coming out. But right now, it does look like the driver's seat has been taken over by the boys over at Sierra 7.
If Sierra 7 managed to thin this gap, if they managed to pull back a comeback, Trout, I might have another child. I promise you. This comeback might be epic. They had fallen behind by so huge of a margin, and right now they're holding the line right now, sending full bodies. Look at the minimap there. Getting there is the yellow for Aura 233. Yes, it is. It's Sunflower denying access to the bodies in Sierra 7 who get dropped. Tipsy live get dropped in quick succession. Access completely denied for the final 4 seconds as Aura 233 in a hurry to close out this hardpoint matchup.
Well, there's a huge one at the back of the map, and it looks like it has just gone the way of Aura here. For the first time, we get to see them win a rotation in the second set of rotations here. But you can see everything and the kitchen sink, including a gravity vortex being put onto the point here, as the boys in Sierra 7 are trying their best to survive this absolute bombardment onto P4 we go. Backwards and forwards, trades working out here. It's Ruin who comes out on top, but Tipsy with another Sparrow investment here. It looks like the boys at Sierra 7 have managed to find a good amount of time going into P4, and they need this time as they cannot afford to show an inch of weakness here. Otherwise they're going to get...
What's all this then? What's all this that the boys in blue have found their footing? This is Virus holding steady, sneaky, hiding behind the rock, waiting. The wall, but no, not this time. It's Ruin to spoil the party. Ruin literally ruins that party. Come through. This is yellow for the final 10 seconds to try and hit 200, but they're showing signs of life. Sierra 7, do not be mistaken. They will not go down without a fight. The players locked in. You can see that on your screens. This is game day.
Well, it doesn't get any closer like than this. You said it was going to be a blow-for-blow type game, and that's exactly what's happening here. Still about 30 seconds between the two teams. Climbing towards 200 is going to be the boys in Aura 233. I'm not entirely sure. I think we might be having a few more network errors here.
No.
But it's so nice being in a live environment as you can hear the players getting hyped up as they start getting these kills. 3 players go down for the side of Sierra 7, and it's going to be 200 points now under the belt of Aura 233, and they are looking to close it out here as they are fighting for those P2 spawns, and in fact they've just secured them.
But Aura, that's Sierra 7 rather, they will not go down quietly, trying to reclaim the hill, trying to get that scrap time. The contests come through, but they cannot get it. Ruin doing his job of ruining the party for Sierra 7 right now for the final 10 seconds. They are at 215 right now, almost a GG's. The flips coming through. Who gets there to the next hill? Who gets to rotate early? I see yellow bodies getting to the next hill right now. It almost might be it.
Well, Aura only needing 30 seconds here, and they have the first bit of time pretty much under lockdown here, but they have been opened up for a bit of a pinch play if they don't manage to keep their spawns. That's exactly what's going to happen here. We get to see every bit of utility, as this is where it gets desperate for Sierra 7. They have to find a break into this point, otherwise it is going to be GG's. But if you have Ruin flying out, finding the 3 things, it is not possible, as even though you get to see a few more kills going their way, 8 seconds, last push realistically from Sierra 7. They have to break the point right now. No one is close. Contest actually, no, never count your eggs before they lay, but it's going to be Aura. 3-3, closing it out. The Battle of West Africa, first blood drawn by Aura 2-3-3.
Wow. Wow. There were signs of life in that Sierra 7 squad. We saw it. They had fallen behind by more than 100 points already. And for a moment, we almost said the C word, comeback.
It was very close. It was moments away, but I think the beauty of Aura there is they managed to play their game a little bit better than Sierra 7.
Yeah.
Get to see what Sierra 7 looks like when they're in their prime, playing the game the way they want it. That's controlling spawns, having a good setup. Because the moment they have that good setup, they're getting the kills, kill feed completely blue. But the moment they get flustered and they can't match the tempo that Aura brings, especially if Ruin, who fears no evil, pushes out P2 into Cave and finds a 3-piece, I mean, how do you match that?
How do you match that? Honestly, some questions meant to be answered in Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy. We'll be back with S&D later. We've noticed a few. Yeah, sure. There were a few internet issues now and then. Of course, they're going to try and resort the lobby to try and make sure that the players are clear before they jump straight into that S&D. Yeah, but for now, based on what we've seen on that hardpoint matchup, there was complete dominance. What you said, what did you say? You talked about Aura 233 with their fast style of play. That's exactly what we just saw.
100%. They played their game and they played it a bit better than Sierra 7. But this is where the huge spanner comes in. We're going to a game mode where if you play quickly, you are often punished. So S&D is where communication and teamwork is completely key. I don't care what anyone says. Your life is worth 10 enemy lives. If you can find information, figure out exactly where the enemy team wants to get set up to get that bomb down, and you get away with your life, you've pretty much already won that round for your team. So I'm curious to see whether or not we're going to see the same tempo coming out of Aura 233 in this S&D, where they're going to be flying towards their opponents, or it's going to be a bit more calm, reserved, where they have to play. And we always talk about finding out the information at the start of the rounds, finding that first blood, and then working towards your strengths. Whereas now we're going to a map that I'm not too familiar with. And
this is Kurhana.
What is the sniping like on this map?
Honestly, it's not that great. It's not exactly a sniper-friendly map. It's based off a mini-map coming off a main battle royale map within Call of Duty Mobile.
Okay.
So it's literally pulled off the battle royale map and fixed into a multiplayer map. So we're about to see what it will feel like for S&D, and maybe we'll see who chooses to snipe, who'll be ballsy enough to go with a sniper.
But I think that's a very good point that you brought up there. If it's not a very sniper-favorite map and you don't have very many long lanes to hold down, that's Aura's playing field, man. Because they want to get up close and personal, they want to be in your face. So if you are able to find those quick routes, which is I assume they're going to try and do, Sierra 7 might be in trouble here. They might have actually lost the vetoes in terms of which are their favorite maps. But they're supposed to be good on all maps. Maybe their confidence might be a little bit misplaced.
I don't want to put in the commentator's curse and start speaking as to the players' mentality. We can only speculate for now what was going into into their mentality right now. But honestly, from what we saw on Hardpoint, there were it seemed like a nerve issue from Hill 1 to Hill 2. There was
caliber of player we have here. It can't happen more than once. You cannot rely on one or two players. It has to be a full team effort. And right now, Ruin, he's the man who's made it happen for Aura. But having said that, if we had a quick look at those stats, I'm not sure if we can bring them back up. It did look like it was an even spread coming out of Aura, where there were a couple of players really struggling from Sierra, and I think maybe that was another point of difference that we didn't really touch on.
So based on what we've seen, what we expect in S&D, we may not understand the map as well. We may not be able to gauge what kind of gameplay we'll see off the map. But the players, we know the players, what we expect here. A change of turn, especially from Sierra 7. What radical changes? Because radical changes need to happen now. This is a bad place to find yourself in a best of threes. You don't have much of a cushion.
You got to win this or you
have to.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. So this is there's questions raised here about the style of play in an S&D, which is You can't just depend on your slayers in the team.
100%.
This is all
you send
comms.
your Slayer out there, he might get one or none, but if he gets traded immediately, maybe that gets you a bit of information, but if you can't use that information effectively, then what's the point, right? Then you're just throwing like farts in the wind.
S&D is the Tinder of game modes, honestly. It's so communication based. It's like a relationship. The relationship of the team is tested on Search and Destroy.
Oh, and Team Chem, how they play around each other. And I've always spoken about this. Your gun skill can be the best in the business. But if your team chemistry and your team coordination is not, you can be shooting as straight as you want. If the enemy team knows how to counter that, i.e. being able to get a good setup, you'll be running into their iron sights every single time, and then what is it worth? Absolutely nothing. So we cannot rely on one or two players. You've got to wait for your whole team. Sure, you can rely on maybe an insane clutch where it does come up with a massive bit of weight on your shoulders if you put into that position, but we're going to be testing our theories about what we've yapped. So we'll be loading into Kuruhana Metropolis, and it's going to be game number 2, S&D.
S&D, a vital game here for Sierra 7, a must, literally a must win, do or die game here for Sierra 7. This is it for them.
100%.
This is not a good place to find yourself, but any calm, and they're pros on they're on this stage right now because they're pros. They know how to. They've been in this situation
well,
before.
They're the best on the I was almost at the country. Well, we know that they're best in the country, but they are certainly the best on the continent, and they're here to prove it. So we're just waiting for them to load up that lobby. I'm pretty sure we are ready to go, bringing it to you here live from Nairobi, Kenya.
Live from Nairobi, Kenya. Hopefully lag fixed, they say in the comment section. I see a lot of people spamming Aura 233 and S7 in their fans. The Aura 233 fans are really going at it in the comments.
I think that they're here to prove a point, right?
Yep.
Because they are Aura 233 having new players on there. They're sort of like, it can go two ways. It can be these new players struggle or they take over, and right now it does look like they're doing a fantastic job of taking over, but we are loading into the game as we speak. Like I said, S&D on Kuruhana.
Again, my goodness, that map choice is
mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling at best. This is it. S&D, personal favorite. I want to see who's sniping. Who has the balls, the cojones to actually try any snipes here? Who has the cojones to try? What's the first thing we expect here?
Well, it looks like an interesting turn of events here as utility used, information now gained. Bomb has, rather needs to go down on attack. It is going to be the side of Aura 233. And blood now drawn by Ruin and Game Bay. But the trades, it looks like a game of TDM. I eat my words about being strategical. Right now it's a 1v2 for
Babushka there. Now holding steady. The responsibility of the bomb is on him. Responsibility of the bomb is on Babushka over there. And now Life and Santi on the hunt. Babushka.
He wants to be a snake.
Slow and steady. This man, this myth, this legend. Sneaky. Prone. Here we go.
And we'll catch you in the next round.
Oh my goodness.
Down and out, 1v1 now. Massive first blood in this 1v2. 54 seconds to work with. He has done the big brain play here. One thing we must mention, we need to keep our casting down to a minimal in S&D as we can give positional plays out, and we don't want that. So right now, still 1v1, a lot of information to be gained.
This is Santi now. Santi and Babushka. 1v1, the bomb goes down. Information not down yet for Santi, who doesn't know where he is. Holding a spear, going melee with that Type 19 as well. The automaton in hand. SMG for Babushka, the switchblade X9. This is it. 1v1, 30 seconds. Bomb down. All on Santi to take action. Either defuse, ninja defuse, or straight up gunfight. This is Babushka. Oh my god, why?
The timing, man. God timing. You cannot make this up. You don't check your corners. Captain Fast said you got to check your corners or you're going to be taken out. And that's exactly what happened here. Fantastic start to that 1v2 coming out of Babushka. But unfortunately, the clutch going the way of S7. Good way to get back into this game as it's only one round. But you know, they say the Colosseum was built one brick at a time, and you got to win SD one round at a time.
You can't make all the perfect decisions, can you? He made the right decision, but until he literally turned around at the wrong moment. And now, responsibility for the bomb borne by Babushka yet again for Aura 233. On defense, this is Sierra 7. Tipsy falls first blood to Ruin.
And sniper. Let it be known that the sniper, we have two snipers on the side of S7, the first sniping battle going the way of Aura, and we get to see a bit more aggression coming out of Aura 223. It doesn't look like they intend to slow down whatsoever. Santi looking for the double, Santi can't find it. So now we are in a 3 versus 4 situation. Bomb yet to go down.
This is Babushka yet again with plenty of backup. Following Sunflower. They're about to meet. They're about to come to a head here. Oh Lord! Well, haircut.
Yeah, free haircuts from life, as he'll be stealing your life, putting it into a 3 versus 3. Fantastic way to answer back, and now the close range fight's got a break on out, but Hustle breaks some ankles and some cameras, gets the kill. 2v2.
Here we go. This is it. 2v2 now. Evenly matched. Sierra 7 looking for that redemption story. Babushka with a near clutch in the previous round. Holding the bomb, responsibility borne. Hustle in tow, backing him up. Covering his 6.
The bomb has been planted.
Life and Sage rather, getting the info. Sage with that LW3 Tundra. Let's just see if he can do anything with that.
Well, he has to find the correct angle to potentially get this 2v2 going, but the clock is ticking. So technically speaking, we are in a 2 versus 3 as the clock is playing against them. What is the time of the World Cup? You cannot be losing those, Babushka, but the trade is instant. 1v1, Hustle gets taken out, Sage coming out on top, and it's going to be another round off the back of an insane clutch going the way of Sierra 7.
Are you kidding me? This is storybook beginning. Sierra 7 staking their claim. They have a statement to make. Do not judge us off hard point.
But it's clutches, eh? Remember, these have come off the back of clutches. We've got to be careful that it can't go down to that every single time. Lightning has now struck twice for them.
Oh my
Caster's curse has been broken. But we go into the next round. Still on attack going to be Aura as they try to find their way forwards. And first blood now drawn by Hustle. Looking for another.
Let's go. This is Hustle yet again. Round the corner. Check your corners. Near miss there. Sunflower
Bomb down
falls. Bomb is down. Oh, 40 seconds to take action. Oh.
We are shooting peanuts apparently as we're getting people down to 1 HP, but it's going to be Sage who finds another, making it a 3 versus 4 right now, but the kills working out. Well, make it a 0 versus 4 as it does look like Life has got his turn and burn on as he gets that kill and another round. And that time it wasn't a clutch as it was simply a retake. S7 now finding their footing in this map.
If you had any doubts about Sierra 7, there's your answer. There is your answer. They did not want to say much pre-match interviews. There is your answer. A 3-0 to begin with. S&D Kurohana.
On defense, eh? So they have had the advantage of that, but either way they're doing a fantastic job. First set of trades gone out, a lot of nades being thrown, but it's still a 4 versus 4. Virus up close. My God! We're going to be adding pieces, potentially, but not quite, as it's going to come down to a 1 versus 2 for Ruin to clutch on up with that sniper in hand. But they do know where he is, the caller that has come out, and he has to stay alive here and go pick up that bomb. It has been placed in a pretty precarious position. But I'm pretty sure the side of SCM knows that they're just going to be playing around it.
I want to stay with Ruin. I want to stay with Ruin with this Tundra. I just want to see another haircut. Please, please give us a haircut. Something. I'm here for the mayhem. Just wait. Sneaky man trying to find the info. It's a 1v2.
Oh my goodness! But he gets tagged up to a ball here, but he is alive for now. First blood now drawn. 1 minute to work with. Has to go fetch that bomb and get the kills.
Dear Lord, wish granted. Ruin is a genie. He heard us. Now he just has to do it one more time.
We got the bomb.
Picked up the bomb. 40 seconds to take action and plant it. Put it down. On the other side. This is Tipsy trying to get that info. Tipsy trying to get the info now. Steady. Ruin taking it slow. Now switches to the automaton.
Oh my goodness, the timing! Okay, I guess we are going to be the turn and burn from Ruin.
Not over yet. Ready up.
3-1.
Back into this game we go.
3-1.
Destroy the objective.
There are Aura 233 with a text message. We are still here to play.
Smoke out.
Oracles right out the gate to try and catch anyone. Pure luck here. trophy systems down
maybe
as
not
well.
luck, but certainly probing for a bit of information at the very least.
Yeah, fair enough.
As we tend to see the teams try to find a bit of information, look for that first blood before they rotate, but right now it looks like both teams just trying to get a little bit more map control. Ruin with that sniper in the hand, but he doesn't check his angles correctly. First blood now drawn, followed up by a second. 2 players will fall to start this round. Aura already on the back foot. Well,
that's Santi.
Sunflower finds 1, 2 versus 4.
There we go. Babushka tries to claim a 2 for the price of 1, but falls to Virus instead. Completely exposed, and Game Bay falls last to Sage. Sierra 7 extending their lead there, 4-1.
Again, the rounds that have gone the way of Aura, that only being 1, has come back with an insane clutch. So this is where we speak about the 2 types of game style. The side of Sierra playing how they want to play with more structure, and it is coming out and showing off exactly what COD Mobile is supposed to look like.
We love our haircuts, don't we?
Indeed.
We're looking
Fresh
for that. Yeah, fresh one, fresh fade. None as of yet. No one has fallen first blood in this round. Oh, it's Ruin. Commentator's curse falls to a haircut from Sage.
Life count now advantage to Sierra 7.
Notice the consistency in Babushka having the role of putting down the bomb. Consistency in the comms there. Notice that's Hustle. Drops Santi, who was facing the wrong way. Pats him on the back.
Oh my word! Oh, you can't be losing those! Well, regardless, the bomb now planted. 45 seconds to work with, 3 versus 3.
This is Hustle still. Straight out the gate and lose it! How? What? Face first into that sniper from Sage, and life 2 for the price of 1! Babushka and Game Bay dropped to finally give Sierra 7 the defuse.
5-1 up now.
5-1 up.
For being honest, I do not want to play S7 on S&D.
Oh my lord.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
That was a massive 2-piece coming out of life there, and I think that was the difference maker, right? They just got that ball rolling. They even managed to get the bomb down, that being Aura 2-3-3, but they have not been able to find an ounce of control in this game.
You just made Sierra 7 angry. Chat made Sierra 7 angry. That hardpoint match, clearly a proper motivator. Whatever changes they made, radical as they are, they're working. Oh, life falls, first blood to Babushka. The trades come through. Virus drops Sunflower. 2 for the price of 1. Virus falls to Babushka. Ruin drops Tipsy. It's a 4v2.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to say that this map is quite defender orientated. As you can see, it feels like a different game altogether, as the side of Aura now with an undisputed round there. I think they lost 1 player in it, so defense definitely favored here on this S&D map, but the teams that win the attacks are generally the teams that win. And you can see right now there has been 1 round that Aura 2-3 won, but Sierra 7 is certainly not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. As they are still sitting pretty 3-round advantage, but we are tagging.
Oh my lord!
Getting killed.
Haircut. Sage drops Game Bay. This S&D matchup, proper entertainment for all 700, 800 people on the live stream right now. 5-2 is where it stands as Sage waiting it again, but the
we are dancing, we are testing to see what is being held, and right now it looks like it is going to be a bit of a slow and steady retake. Maybe some connection issues here, I'm not entirely sure.
Either way, this is 5-2 in favor of Sierra 7. Sierra 7, who are on the back foot this whole time, coming through here, making a statement. Sunflower waiting in the wings, corner to corner. Nobody, no sudden moves. Oh, this might be a network issue, and it's fixed. There we go, reconnected.
Well, off the back of that, it does look like Life was able to find another kill. 2 players down for the side of Aura 2-3-3, and the bomb being planted, so it is technically a 6v3.
Full Sierra 7 squad versus a 3-man Aura 233. Oh, haircut from Sage. I'd love to see more of those from Sage, and that is Santi and Virus doing their jobs, dropping Ruin Babushka.
Well, that's 6 rounds now to the side of Sierra 7, 1 away from closing it out here, as they are being a dominant force on S&D. And again, I think it speaks, absolute echoes the mentality of their gameplay, as they are doing exactly what they want to do. They're being structured, and they are capitalizing on the map control, even within attack or defense, it doesn't matter. They are playing how they want to play.
This is one away from Sierra 7 redeeming themselves. Life and Virus falls. 2 for the price of 1. 3 piece. 4. No, it's 3. 3 piece for gameplay. What?
That
was that?
A ludicrous play. He knows the bomb is down. He finds the first 3 bloods. That has got to be a serious mental blow for the side of Sierra 7 because every single one of those kills should have gone the way of 7.
Oh, Sage doing Sage things with that sniper. Yet again drops Hustle. I'd love to catch Sage again on his perspective. Tipsy here doing his job, catches Ruin.
Well, 1 kill at a time. They are certainly working their way back into this 2v3 clutch. 1 player now tagged up. That was Tipsy, but he's alive, gets away with his life, but they have to go fetch that bomb. As you can see Aura guarding it with their lives, quite literally.
Sierra, this is Sage.
Sage! Oh my goodness, 2v2! You can never count S7 out, especially with Sage on the side.
Do not peek, Johnny boy. Do not peek on Sage! Do not! Repeat offender.
Oh my goodness, Babushka! Well, ankle's broken. Now a 1 versus 2 for Sunflower to clutch, which was initially a 5 versus 2. First blood now drawn, 1v1 now. All pressure in the world. Oh my goodness! Not gonna be. Oh, what the hell? That is Sunflower. Sunflower came out.
Sunflower came out of nowhere.
Well, it was a bit of a visual glitch for me there, as it was actually the side of Aura 233 that came out on top.
It's 6-3.
6-3, getting back into this game, but they need to keep their momentum. They cannot lose even 1 round, as they'll be sending themselves into a game 3.
Oh my goodness.
So now they have to play some perfect S&D.
They really have to play some perfect S&D from here on out. You cannot afford to be first blood if you're Aura, and it is Aura. Hustle drop, game bay follows.
Well, the ball now firmly rolling downhill for the side of S7.
Sage traded in.
Oh, well, he gets taken up by Rune, and we get to see
Rune
with another 2 snipes quickly. 1v3 now. As Santi finds a double, make it a 1v2.
1v2 now.
Sunflower did it in the previous round. Can he do it again?
Beginning of a comeback. Oh, not this time.
As the kill works out for S7 as they are back into this game as they find their first map. 1 apiece going into the Arsenal. And I love that. The camaraderie, you have to give your fist bumps when they are due, and that's exactly right. After every single map, you'll be seeing these guys hyping each other up, and that's the beauty of LAN.
Let me tell you, Chat judged Sierra 7 harshly. Chat judged Sierra 7 harshly off that hard point. This was a statement. This was a statement. We are here to play.
And I mean, a statement it was, right? They played their game. They were comfortable when they got their first blood, when they got to the bomb sites, and that's exactly what we spoke about. They need to be able to play their game, otherwise they will struggle like they did in the hard point. But I like the point that you made there. That is a statement. It's 1 apiece now, going to Arsenal control. And man, what a showing it has been.
What a reminder to Chat that this is a best of 3s. So the score right now in this series is 1-1. 1 apiece.
One game to take them all, right? We're playing a Lord of COD M in the first game of the first day of the Carry1st Africa Cup.
I do not believe it. It's all hanging on control. I don't believe it.
Well,
it's all hanging on control here. On Arsenal, yes, you're right. The map, I completely forgot about the map. The map is our grand venue. Arsenal, control on Arsenal. This is exactly what I expected. The hard point might have been a bit disappointing. For me, I also...
disappointing? I don't know. That was... Wow, sorry, Aura fans, you just got backed.
No! The hard point was disappointing for the fact that, we all expected this to be... it's a West African brawl, right?
Sure.
We know what to expect from these teams. We expected pushback. Instead, we saw a squashing.
Well, I wouldn't have called that a squashing.
They
showed a little bit of life there, but...
Yeah, exactly. A little bit, then they completely lost momentum. It took Search and Destroy to show their teeth. Sierra 7 have finally shown their teeth. This was what we expected. This is the Sierra we know.
100%. And then we're going to a hybrid mode. So now we get to see which is the team that can play the best of both worlds. As you can tell, Aura doing very well in Respawn and non-Respawn going the way of S7. So this is truly as even as it gets. There's nothing holding them back now. This is the one match between them going forwards into the winners bracket or starting off in the losers.
Hey man, I am hyperventilating in this jacket. I just need to lose it, honestly, because that is exactly what we expected. Chat you know, the chat between Ghana and Nigeria is going off here.
Can you explain the egg meme to me?
I have no idea what the egg meme means, man. I have no idea, but thank you to all 741 people coming through to watch this grand final of the Carry1st Africa Cup. Share the live stream, get people to watch. We are live on the Carry1st Africa channel and as many TV channels across the continent taking the feed right now, not to mention NBS Plus, K24 Digital, GH1 TV, Star TV, and the match coming next match, of course, being NXG versus Sun Esports. NXG from South Africa.
The battle of North and South. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
The match coming after this one will be NXG versus Sun Esports from Morocco. The battle of North and South. That was nice. Very Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
very nice. So guys, stand by for that one. Yeah.
It's the North that's warm and the South that's cold in comparison. So it's a little bit turned on its head. But again, Noxious Esports coming up here as the second seed from South Africa, as Cast was the ones that unfortunately got a DQ. But having said that, not being second rate in any way, shape or form, as they are a force to be reckoned with. But right now, we'll get back to that in a second. We are here getting ready to go into Arsenal. And of course, all of this wouldn't be possible without Call of Duty Mobile itself being one of the sponsors.
Hold on a second.
Carry1st.
There's something I wanted to show the crowd. Just one sec. Ghost. Our Ghost
You gotta
character. Come here, man. We want to show the crowd. I can't go without showing the crowd. I want you guys to see this. This is probably the best cosplay I have ever seen in my life. That's so you know how serious Carry1st is taking Call of Duty today. Call of Duty Mobile. This is how serious Call of Duty is taking.
He's just suiting up real quick. He's putting on his superpowers, getting ready to come over.
Meanwhile, we're standing by for control on Arsenal. Then Ghost will come. Here he is.
Here he is. The man of the hour.
The man of the hour.
Does this Ghost speak?
This Ghost doesn't speak. He never speaks.
Okay, never speaks? That's
no,
crazy.
He has no speaking lines. Brother. Very
he's got to adjust his weapon first. Okay, we got another minute to go before we start things out. But I mean, man, look at this cosplay. You cannot beat it.
We cannot beat it. We're jumping straight back into control right now. Straight back into control. This, again, is 1-1 apiece. Sierra 7 versus Aura 233. For the final decider here. This is control.
And this is just game one, people. We have 5 more to come after this. And I mean, if this is what the tone is going into it, hopefully this is the last of the technical issues, as we'll be going straight into game 3, Arsenal control. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll be coming to that any moment.
Alright, this is going straight into it. Control. Here we go. The players get straight into the lobby. We're going straight at it. Control begins now. The decider between Aura 233 from Ghana, Sierra 7 from Nigeria.
The Battle of the West about to conclude. How funny would it be if we run the distance back and this is grand?
Oh my goodness.
The Battle of the West. But I want something spicy, man. I want like Battle of the South. I mean, no bias. Battle of the South versus Battle of the North. I mean, these matchups are all so good. Maybe even the Kenyans have got something up their sleeve. And I'm told that sleeve, the whole arm is in fact Michael.
And I hear we're going straight into it. For the gameplay, no more delays.
Alright,
we start now. We're in. This is control on Arsenal.
On attack, it is going to be the side of Aura.
We're going straight at it. Babushka running straight at the point. The responsibility of the uptake of the points falls to Aura 233. Defense goes to Sierra 7. Where do they rush?
Well, it's going to be a bit of a probe, if you will, to see where they can find where they are able to get a bit more control. And it looks like they have opened the door over towards A. First 6 about to come on through here, but the kills working out for S7 as these guys were sleeping, but they're certainly wide awake right now as they're already looking for that decap. No spawn kills for you. Already 4 lives ahead of Aura 233 as these guys are here to prove a point.
28 on 24 as Sunflower tries to get the trades in for his side of Aura. The responsibility of taking the hills falling short. They try to do a sneaky double take of A and B at the same time. Split take. That fell apart really quickly. The points were cleaned up, so they decided to commit to A. They committed to the A. 3/4 way taken now. 24 on 19 lives apiece. 19 lives for Aura, who've fallen behind by maybe, 4 lives?
4 lives. It was actually significantly more than that, but they have found a bit of control over towards A. They have to find a few more of these kills as the first tick has been found. But close range, you're going to be losing to Virus, but Babushka finds the double to answer back as A still being hotly contested. Virus can't find the double. So right now, 3 lives are what is between these two teams and the point being secured. 30 seconds left. It has been paused as we have players on the point. Right now, they need to find a bit more. The kills eventually working out for the side of Aura.
Right now, still. Okay, they're coming back. Aura finding their footing in terms of kills. What is happening? Was it a 3-piece?
Life with a 3-piece, but not enough to stop the point capture, but they still have a life count advantage by 3, as it is just to be found here for the side of Aura. With a minute 20 to work with, they have to be able to find their picks and get a bit more map control. And statistically speaking, B is worlds more difficult to contest and actually capture if you're on the attacking side. As you can see here, Gamebay looking to be a sneaky snake in the bed. Wow! Now the map has to be opened up. There's going to be 2 kills on the point. 4 players will be able to jump onto A, B as we speak. First tick already found. There's a way to happen perfect from the side of Sierra. They cannot allow any more control to go the way of. But it's going to be Light with a huge 2-piece to answer back there. But the kill's still working out for Aura.
10 to 9 lives apiece. 10 to 8 commentators cursed. This is anyone's game down to the wire. Aura do have to take the point or at least stop the clock. Stop the time clock. Predator missile falls and from Gamebay it hits Tipsy. At least trying to find their footing into the hill. They will try and stop the clock. They still have to push bodies in there. 6 on 6 lives apiece. This might literally fall down to gunfight. It's literally going to be a gunfight ending.
Well, not necessarily. If they can get 2 players onto the point, they'll be doing alright. 5v5 now, but they have bodies on the point, and the kills are working out for the side of Aura. It looked like a terrible start for them, but man oh man, can they finish. So right now, it does look like it is going to be Aura with the first point in this control map. And I mean, they were down a good 8 or 9 lives, but they brought that back. And they got back into that game, unlike my father in my life.
Oh my God. And there we go, Sierra 7. They just lost the first one, but based off what we saw on SND, that does not faze them. They can do this. That ending was too close to call. That ending was too close to call, but no, that 2-piece was just almost illegal, dear Lord. The uptake, the roles reverse, the uptake of the points falls to Sierra 7. Can they?
Whoa, the kills now. Hustle with a massive snap there, finding a bit more control, trying to force these players back into their spawn. As you can see, number 3 again, Hustle just trying to stave them off as best he can, wave after wave, as the brick wall of Aura has been placed. And by this time, bear in mind, there was 1 tick found on A from the side of Aura. But you can see a bit of an interesting play here, as the left side of the map completely wide open, and this might be enough for them to get around the back end, find a couple of these kills, and open the game wide open. But Hustle actually makes the read and stops that play at least a little bit, but Virus is there to answer back as we get to see the players try to get onto A.
I think Santi committed to waiting behind that exit there, just waiting for someone to peek there. 25 on 23 lives apiece. The objective still not met of holding any one single point. They still need to stop the clock. They've done that at the B point. They've caught away, taken it, but still they need to commit the bodies to the B point. The respawns are not in their favor.
5 down, no map control. They need to get onto a point, and they need to get onto the point now. They have a couple of players in the spawn though. This might be a perfect pinch as we have a player in the back end finding kills, but it doesn't matter as they are unable to get even close to the point as the side of Aura dominating the spawn kills. 6 seconds, you have to keep your air as swivel as Sunflower. Literally just having fun in their spawn. No one is close. 2 rounds in a row. Aura looking to kick the door wide open and take this control to 3-0 potentially.
Yeah, the clock. Sierra 7 did not have their eye on the clock. At least stop it. Even with committing to the gunfights, the objective at some point has to be strategic in stopping that clock here. It is still running.
I think they just got outslayed there, man. They had no map control, and every single time they put the lane, they were just getting cut down. But it's going to be trades on trades. But again, it looks like Aura come out on top with the initial gunfights, and they already have bodies on the hill. First tick found, not looking good yet, but there are a bit of utility usage here. It does look like we have a bit more utility investment over the side of Sierra as they manage to breathe a sigh of relief. They find themselves up in lives, but down a point in terms of tips.
Right now, this is not looking good for Sierra 7. This is not a good look for Sierra 7 with the current scoreline. And they have to defend this last round with everything, because it is everything. It is everything. They put on a show on SND. Disbelief suspended. And suddenly it seems like we're looking at the same hard point we saw to begin with. They try to hit for the A point, committing bodies towards that attack to stop the clock there.
They do have a life count advantage, which might come back in a vengeance in a little bit here. It's still one tick found, but the kills on B working out for the side of Aura as they're getting more and more. But again, when you're back up against the wall like this, you have to use everything you have in your arsenal, and that's exactly what Aura and Sierra are trying to do.
Oh my goodness!
The trades though, not working out. Eventually, Life finds that kill, but Babushka has to go huge. He gets taken out. One tick apiece, 30 seconds worth, we're down 4 lives. Aura suddenly not looking like the controlling team that we expect, unless Ruin finds a close range kill like that. 12v14, but this is exactly what happened in the first round of attack. As you see, the players are flying towards the point, and that might not be the play here. You've got to wait for your teammates to help you. Single pushing the hill is never the play. 2 ticks now found, and the kills still working out for the side of Aura here. Having said that, Seti was a massive double. Opening things up a little bit, Tipsy there top notch. 7v11, eventually a bit more control going the way of S7.
Look at that clock. The clock is still running. Aura have to get onto the point. A bit of a lag there, but what's happening? What's happening? It might just be over by the time we call this. This is 10 seconds in. Who has managed to stop the clock? He managed to stop the clock.
At 6 apiece, and it's going to be D. Has to go the way of double. I'm not entirely sure what happened in that gunfight, but I think it might have worked out for the side of Aura. B now secured. 2 ticks bound. It looks like it's going to be a 5 versus 2. Make it 3 versus 1. Streaks oh so crucial. It is going to come down to the wire. We don't know who's going to win. It's going to be It's going to be Aura.
It's Aura.
It's not over yet. Ready up.
Aura take the series. Aura 233 take the series.
2-1, and I love the camaraderie. You can hear they're getting loud and getting excited. But we're going to jump over to the stage here as Riviera is going to be interviewing one of the players from Aura 233 to get where their heads are at. So over to you on the main stage.
Look at the trash talking there.
Oh, I love it.
You have to love the trash talking. So over to you, Ribia, for the player post-match interview.
A tale of joy and despair. From one side, you see the team from Aura jubilating with excitement. On the other side, we have frayed eyes of disappointment because the game was close. The control game must have been easy for Aura as it seems, but the game itself was very close. A very tight match between the two, but Aura coming out on top. So let's have the team captain coming in. Let's have Aura coming in right here. Aura 223 coming into the main stage. Let's have an interview. Let's have your moment. Look at all smiles right here. Coming in from Ghana 223, the Gold Coast coming in on top finally after a very tough matchup. Ruin, how are you feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling really good. People were underestimating us a lot when we were coming into this. I mean, we saw a few people talking bad about us, saying we're even going to make it past day 1. I mean, I saw a podcast. What was it? Was it Seb? Seb, this for you.
What did Seb say? What did Seb say?
Seb, what was he saying? What was he saying?
He said we don't know anything.
Anybody who thinks or to in the past one is
okay. So hold on. Let's talk about the game. The first one, the hard point. You're in farm control, but in that S&D, we saw a really good strategy from Sierra 7. They were spread out. They got you surrounded and flanked shot a couple of times. How do you respond to that?
Their search and destroy is really good. They are very good at playing slow. It is their strong suit, so I'm not really surprised that they were able to get the better of us in the S&D. But we will work together. We work on our strats. We rework our plan for our search and destroy, and we'll come back stronger next game.
All right, let's control the presence of mind of your team after coming in from a heavy defeat in search and destroy to come back and control. Give us your parting shot right now.
Yeah, my boys, they are confident. They knew very well we put in the work. They knew that even though there are hindrances, hiccups, the internet issues and all that, they knew like we were locked in, we've worked, we are ready for this, and we knew that even if we were down, we could come back, and we did exactly that in the fashion.
Okay, one more word for the haters. What can I say to them one last time?
One last time to the haters.
Watch out, okay, watch out. We are coming from West Africa, Ghana.
All right, so that's West Africa. That's Aura 233. Our very able competitors, down but not out. 07, make your way to this. Yo, give it up for Aura 233 and now as they come to the stage right now. They look a little disappointed, but they put on quite a show. The game was close. It wasn't an easy game. It went down to the wire. 2-1 could have gone either way, honestly. They lost their hard point, but they found their footing late. It was a really good fixture. Life, how you feeling?
I think I'm no pressure here.
Let's talk through the game. Let's talk about the fast on the hard point. At the beginning, you lost control, but maybe come this way. At the beginning, you lost control. We could go to find. At the beginning, you lost control, but you seem to be making a really good comeback. Then it just came undone in the last minute. What happened right there? Anyone can talk, by the way. Anyone can talk.
Personally, we tried to come back. Obviously, they did very well, but some certain things came in play. At first, we lagged, but it's not something to say. They did better. So that's all we can say. They put in work.
Let's talk about Search and Destroy. Slow attacks to surround them and kill them off one by one. You targeting the MVP real early in the Search and Destroy. What's your strategy for that going forward? Did you guys work on that?
Come again. I was not listening.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, for the S&D, we actually did what we have been putting in work for months. We just came and said, whoa, let's play this thing and we'll get it done, and we got it done.
Then finally, it came undone in control. In hard point and yesterday you played it, but in control, in the last round you tried, but this time round control, what happened? Anyone can speak?
I just feel it's miscommunication towards the game, so I can't really say much what happened. We lost, they did better. That's it.
You're still in it, so there's still more games to play. You're really excited. You're going to go down to the castles now. You're setting up for the next game. This is the amazing Sierra 7. A little bit disappointed, but if you face him the next round, be sure you're going to have a really, really tough matchup. Now back to the young Valentini. We have Mr. Eugene Abidabi dressed like a grandfather in pajamas in white, and Mr. Trout, the fishing man from South Africa, the judo master. Over to you. How do you guys like the game?
Did that man just tell me that? Did he just say that?
That's unfortunate, man.
He just called me. He said I'm dressed like his grandfather.
It's a pretty good-looking grandpa, if we're being honest here, and I got called a judo master. Thank you, arigato master.
Either way, looking back at what we just saw exactly what we expected. A push and pull. Sierra 7 showed their teeth when we expected them to, but there were points where we really we really thought it was going to happen. It was going to be close, and it wasn't. What fell apart?
The control, super not close. And I think that came down to the fact that Aura was able to play their game. Every single time when they were on the back foot, they rallied the troops, got the kills when they needed to. That last game certainly came down to kills, in my opinion. They just were able to find more kills when they needed to. It came down to, I think it was just streaks. It was like 6-6, and then it became 3-2, and then it was 1 versus 3, and then eventually they capped up the points here. But having said that, it was Sierra that went down. They're not out, of course. They have another match to come up against, so it is going to be the bottom team from each group that's going to be eliminated today. The other two will be going through to the bracket play. But having said that, we have a fantastic game coming up next, the Battle of North and South. It's going to be Noxious Gaming versus Sun Esports, so don't go anywhere. But one more final thought on the game that we've just watched, and then we can jump over to some ads.
The game we just watched, honestly, there's a lot that Sierra 7 have to fix before they play their next game. There's a lot they need to fix, because it seems, hot take here, if we had an extended series and it was probably best of 5-7, then we had maybe a situation where we saw another type of S&D. They might have had that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to win. If you're going to win a best of 5, or in this case, best of 2 or best of 3, you have to win a hard point or one respawn at the very least.
Yeah.
So right now, it does look like their respawn needs significant work.
Yeah, they need
but
some work.
Having said that, they can certainly put in the time, figure out exactly what they want to do. But we'll be back after this quick intermission with the next game over towards Noxious Gaming versus Sun. Battle of North and South. We'll be right back.
Our mission is to scale awesome content in the region by solving hard problems.
With Africa, now it's positioned to be a major player in the mobile game space.
Me and Carry1st have decided to partner up once again. Payment method of your own choice. It's up to you.
special.
Call of Duty Mobile has some of the best in-game skins that we all want. And the Carry1st shop has got you covered. Buy COD points and battle passes for up to 10% off. Visit the Carry1st shop. Search for Call of Duty Mobile, select your desired COD points package or battle pass. Input your Call of Duty Mobile player ID. Choose which payment method you would like from our long list of options and complete the payment. You will then receive a message in your in-game inbox to claim your top-up. Carry1st, the preferred shop for African gamers.
Welcome back to Carry1st Africa Cup. Of course, brought to you by Carry1st. You have some amazing sponsors coming through for us, and we have some amazing deals happening. I can see behind me we have NXG getting ready to compete against Sun Esports. South Africa versus Morocco about to go down. But before all that good and juicy esports action, we have a nice message for you right about now.
The moment has come. It's the Carry1st Africa Cup Grand Finals. I remember earlier this year when I challenged the team to dream bigger, and they came up with this idea to unite the continent and to determine who would be the best team for Call of Duty Mobile across Africa. They've been working tirelessly behind the scenes to bring you this event. And so I want to thank the team. I want to thank everyone who's been following along at home. And most importantly, I want to thank the players who've traveled from all corners of the continent to be here to compete today. Now let's stop hearing from me and go witness the magic. The moment has come. Who will take home the grand prize? Let's get back to the grand finals.
Yeah.
Mobile has some of the best in-game skins that we all want, and the Carry1st shop has got you covered. Buy COD points and battle passes for up to 10% off. Visit the Carry1st shop. Search for Call of Duty Mobile, select your desired COD points package or battle pass. Input your Call of Duty Mobile player ID. Choose which payment method you would like from our long list of options and complete the payment. You will then receive a message in your in-game inbox to claim your top-up. Carry1st, the preferred shop for African gamers.
And we are back. We are back. Not too long, was it? Not too long.
No, nice, short and sweet.
Yeah, well, we're going straight into it. This is Noxious Gaming versus, oh my goodness, Sun Esports, the Moroccans.
The
battle of the North and South.
You beat me to it, man, but let's have a quick rundown of the two teams and who they're made up of. Obviously, we have the side of Noxious Gaming, my home country. No bias here, but they are made up of Beanpole, Devoid, Spira, Reese, and Avatar.
For Morocco's Sun Esports, this is Darox Fiorenza, Izumi, Osa. Hold on, my list is not updated, but yeah, Osa and QB. I did not read that right. QB, your handwriting.
I should have been a doctor, man, I'm telling you, in a different life. Anyways, we do also have the maps up for you guys, so we'll be starting things off on Hacienda. I hope your Spanish is good, because mine is terrible. But we're going to have a good game of HP there, going over to S&D on Tunisia. Beautiful part of Italy, if we're being honest.
Nice.
And then, obviously, rounding things off in Raid for Control, an absolute classic of a map. But before we get into any of that, we have to meet the two teams. We got to talk about the teams again. Sorry, we might have rushed over that.
This is Sun Esports from Morocco. Yeah, Sun Esports from Morocco. That updated roster, there it is. Darox, Fiorenza, Osa, Izumi, and QB.
There we go. We got it right that time.
No handwriting of yours this time.
Yeah, that was nice and clear. Imagine if it was all types. Like, if I could type
look
my
at that,
handwriting,
the most touted player, Darox there.
Yeah, exactly. He's the X factor that I was actually going to speak about. That everyone is so terrified of him.
Everyone is. That's the correct word. That's the correct. Everyone is virtually terrified of Darox. Everyone has been virtually terrified of Darox so far. And from what I've seen so far in the little scrims I've seen since they got here, for good reason. With good reason, actually.
But I mean, they all shoot straight, but he shoots a little bit straight. You know, like how all COD players are equal, but some COD players are more equal than others?
Yes.
Same thing as that. Anyways, looking over towards Noxious Gaming from South Africa, we do have Beanpole, Devoid, Spira, Reese, and Avatar.
This is Noxious Gaming, Avatar, Beanpole, Devoid, Reese, Spira. Look at that. Winner's circle there. Just arms crossed, all business. These guys have been really quiet since they got here.
Well, not with me. They've been pretty chatty with me, but I think that's just home team advantage.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's home team advantage. Devoid, the most chill guy I've met so far.
Yeah, and he's been like just cool, calm, collected, talking when he needs to talk, and just they hear him and let the gameplay do the speaking, much like Sierra 7. And unfortunately, it looks like they were speaking sign language and everyone else was shouting.
Oof. Too soon. Too soon.
It is just one game in. I know. It's just one game. But regardless, we're moving forwards.
And down to the maps. Revisit those maps because those have me excited. Finally, maps that make sense to me.
Yeah, absolutely. A fantastic map pool for all game modes. Obviously, starting things off on Hacienda.
My
also
Lord.
spoke a bit more Spanish, like I said, not quite, but then Tunisia, beautiful part of Italy, like I said, for S&D, and that is apparently where all the snipes come out, and that is just exactly what we want to see. Haircuts, fades, brushing teeth with lead is all up for grabs coming up in that S&D, and then we close things out on arguably the most played and sort of like highly regarded map ever across all Call of Duties, that being Raid.
Raid, man, even an S&D on Raid is good.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Control will work this time. Either way, all good map choices, in my opinion. Virtually, as a player, this makes sense. Even as on an analyst side, even if you were a previous pro on whichever form of Call of Duty you played, be it mobile, be it PC, or whatever platform, these map choices make sense.
100%.
Hacienda on Hardpoint. speaks for itself.
It's just got a beautiful flow, and it was designed with 5v5 in mind. You've got to remember that because this is a 5v5 game mode, and the hills are so well spaced that it is not the case of where you tend to see the smaller maps where all the hills are close to one another, and it becomes a sort of like Tasmanian devil dust ball around the map where they just... In this one, Hacienda specifically, you have to be able to rotate, otherwise you will lose. Rotations, in my opinion, on Hacienda are the most important.
So if you're Dora the Explorer, the word of the day, kids, is rotation.
Exactly. I mean, they have the map out from Bruce got from the backpack, and Dora said, we've got to rotate, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Swiper, no swiping, rotate.
Exactly.
Let's go. This is where we expect in the recap: Hacienda for Hardpoint, SND for Tunisia, Raid for Control. Again, the last time I haven't seen Raid for a while.
That's pretty good, though. I think the last time we saw it came down to the wire. There was one raid played in Control in Kenya. But again, we're going to have to see how these two teams meet. I'm not sure if they've scrimmed one another. I'm not sure what their mentality is going into it, as they are just busy getting ready before we call them up on stage.
But from you casted South Africa's qualifiers. You casted where this Carry1st Africa Cup all started 7 months ago. Yeah?
That's correct.
And you saw it with Lannex. You saw the cup you saw the beginning of it all with Lannex, and you saw Noxious Gaming play face off against Cast at the time. What do you see? You bore witness. Tell us what you saw.
Look, I don't want to be that guy, but Cast, they are on a different level, man. It was a blowout, to say the least. So I think it is a bit of a shame that they're not here, but DQs happen, and the rules are there for a reason. You try to bend them, you're going to get punished, and that's exactly what happens. So I think Noxious Gaming, as the second best team coming out of the country, still speaks volumes because they came up second best.
All right. So we will go straight to a bit of a break here.
Okay, so just for everyone who's wondering, the admins have just let us know we are aware of the frame rate issues. We're going to be sorting it out. Stream's going to go down, but we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay on your seats. Go get yourself a beverage. Maybe spend some money in the Carry1st shop. Either way, we'll be right back after this.